So what was the best performing Pokemon booster box of 2024? And no, it wasn't Evolving Skies. Well. A couple of weeks ago, a lot of YouTubers did an end of year video a little bit early, going through what are the top performing Pokemon booster boxes of 2024. A video that I've really been looking forward to doing myself, but you know what? I had a feeling Evolving Skies was not necessarily going to be the number one performing Pokemon booster box of 2024. I felt like one of the other strong ones might go for a late run, so I sat back and I waited, and here we are, the second last day of 2024, and there's one Pokemon booster box that has surpassed Evolving Skies on a percentage growth basis over the last 12 months. Obviously, the holiday sets don't have a booster box, so we're not going to be talking about those in today's video. But all 11 regular sets from the Sword and Shield era, I'm going to be ranking from worst performing in 2024 to best performing Pokemon booster box from the Sword and Shield era in 2024. Let's get straight into it. The worst performer of 2024, surprise, surprise, Darkness Ablaze. Only up 13.5%, 13.6%, call it 13% over the last 12 months through the period of 2024. Currently costing you $163 for this Darkness Ablaze booster box. Obviously the chase card in this is not very expensive. That Charizard, I think we pulled it, the very first, or the only Darkness Ablaze sealed product I've ever opened was the ETB. We pulled the Charizard straight away. I'm guessing it's not too hard to find. It's very cheap. And this booster box, this set, Darkness Ablaze, doesn't have a lot going for it. We all know that. Some people love it. That's fine. You're allowed to love whatever you love, regardless of value or money. But that's the last one on the list, guys. Let's move on. Vivid Voltage, the second last, or the second worst performer. The second worst performer of 2024. Up 20%. This booster box will cost you $152 now. A year ago it was $127. Vivid Voltage, again, that Rainbow Pikachu is what it's all about. Apart from that, there's not a lot going for this set. Again, if you love it, snaps to you, that's great. Have fun, open it, collect it, do what you want with it. But as a sealed investment, it doesn't float my boat. There's not enough depth in the set. I poured the Rainbow. I've got the chase card from this one. We poured the Rainbow in like a random loose Vivid Voltage pack that came in like a mixed collection box or tin or something, and just jagged it. So I'm pretty happy that I have the Rainbow Pikachu, because I won't be buying or opening Vivid Voltage, I don't think. So there you go. That's the second worst performer of 2024. Sword and Shield base, barely in front of Vivid Voltage for growth. 21% this product's up. Sword and Shield base, $331 now. A year ago was $272, now $331. If we look at some more sales here, you can see there's plenty of sales around $317. There's a random sale here of $399, call it $400. Basically $400 on the 19th of December. I don't know why that spiked there. And then the next three sales are $317. We've got $340, $230. Maybe that was a damaged, like a ripped booster box someone bought cheap. I don't know what's going on there. But there's consistent sales between $317 and $340 for this Sword and Shield base, with a couple of random higher and lower sales. But there you go. That's the third worst performer of 2024. I'm just starting with Sword and Shield. We'll get into the Sun and Moon later in the video, or I might do a separate video for Sun and Moon, see how long this one goes for. I want to start with all the Sword and Shield. Okay, the fourth worst performer is this Battle Styles booster box, up 22% over the last 12 months. It'll cost you $133 now. Was $108 a year ago. If we look at some more sales here, $139, $144, $132, $130, $120 back on the a few days ago, $120, $135. So consistently around that $125 to $140 mark, $130 to $140 mark, and again it's showing up on TCG Player, $133. Battle Styles, I don't mind. There was a lot of it printed. There's not a great deal of depth in this set. I think the chase card is quite nice in this set, and I think long term it's a cheapie. It's a cheapie that I think will still do okay and a little bit better than expected in a few years' time. But there's no reason to buy this over plenty of other good options. I just personally don't mind having one or two of these in my collection, regardless of how much other people hate it. That's my personal opinion. I don't think it's going to shoot the lights out. I think it's going to continue to grow fairly slowly, but could do a little bit better than people expect. Brilliant Stars, the next on the list. I'm going to lose count here soon, so I'm just going to say next up. I think this is like the 5th worst. So 35% growth for Brilliant Stars. Again, I really like this set. It's kind of a mid-tier set. I think the top 10 chase cards in this set come in at around that $400 mark, or maybe just a bit more. And this set's up 35%, this Pokemon booster box in the last 12 months for 2024. 160 a year ago, 217 now to set you back. These are US dollars. Here's some more sales, 219, 230, 210, 224, 227. So all through the low twos. There's one there at 148. That might have been, again, a damaged or ripped box or something, but they're consistently 220 to 230, with TCG Player ranking it at $217. And in front of this, performing a little bit better than Brilliant Stars, we have Astral Radiance, which is at 190 US dollars, up 40% over the last 12 months. Not bad. There's a pretty good trainer gallery set in Astral Radiance. A year ago, 135, now 190. So again, these are kind of mid-tier sets we're getting into now. I've always said sort of Astral, Brilliant, Silver Tempest, I would personally call them mid-tier sets. They're not the strongest, and they're definitely not the worst. They're pretty decent. And Astral Radiance, again, didn't have that big reprint like some of the other sets did. It's a bit of a sleeper set. It's got a good trainer gallery. It's got that Machamp. Not a bad set. And if you can find some ancillary products with Astral Radiance, like Build and Battle Stadiums or cheap ETBs or something like that, might be a good pickup. Astral Radiance, I think, will do really well in the next 12 months, and it's up 40% in 2024. So we're about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 6 on the list. I think there's 11 to go through from the Sword and Shield era. I'm not going to be looking at holiday sets. No Crown Zenith, no Pokemon Go, no Celebrations, etc. Only sets that have booster boxes. This is about the booster box performance, this video. Silver Tempest, 54%. 54%. This one surprised me a little bit. I think that's really good growth for a set that I don't think is incredibly strong. I absolutely love the Lugia, the chase card in Silver Tempest. I think it's a sensational card. I personally love it. Apart from the Silver Tempest, in my opinion, there's not a great deal going for Silver Tempest apart from that Lugia. It just isn't. I mean, it's got a decent trainer gallery, but after that Lugia, there's not a lot going for it. You've got that Rayquaza as the second chase card, I think it was, and it just doesn't have a lot of depth. And in fact, the combined total value of the top 10 chase cards in Silver Tempest is around $399. And if we flick back here to Astral Radiance, the top 10 chase cards in this add up to like $397. They're identical. They're about $398, $399, call it $400 for the combined value of the top 10 chase cards in both Astral and Silver Tempest. And if we look at the booster box price, again, Astral, 190, Silver Tempest 194. So even though Silver Tempest is up 54% versus Astral's 40%, I think Silver Tempest was kind of just playing catch-up because the booster box prices are identical right now. The top 10 chase card values are identical. Silver Tempest and Astral, very hard to split. I personally would lean towards Astral Radiance over Silver Tempest, even though I love that Lugia a little bit more as the chase card. But Astral, I think overall is a stronger set. We'll see what happens in 2025. Chilling Reign. Now, it hasn't necessarily got the most popular Pokemon. This set's up 56%. This Pokemon booster box, Chilling Reign, up 56% in 2024. $160 a year ago, now $250. Some more sales here, $250, $260, $269, $260, $274, $260. Chilling Reign, yeah, it doesn't have the most popular Pokemon necessarily. Some of the cards in this set are quite nice. But it just, that Blaziken is the top chase card. It's doing really well again now. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but that Blaziken, it's starting to bounce back. It's had some big drops, but it's starting to bounce back again, I think. I'll need to look at that graph again. But anyway, that aside, that Blaziken's really nice. I like the gold Snorlax in this set. I think it's like a top 5 chase card or something. Whatever it is, it's really nice. But the Calyrex cards I don't think are that popular, and a lot of the singles in Chilling Reign have been crashing lately. I might do a different video later on that. But that aside, The top 10 chase cards in Chilling Reign are about, I worked it out the other day, they're about $850, $860. If you compare that to the $390 odd dollars for Astral and Silver, Astral Radiance and Silver Tempest, the top 10 are worth more than double in this set. So I think Chilling Reign, even at $250, in my opinion, and you're welcome to disagree, my opinion is Chilling Reign is undervalued at the moment, and I dare say Chilling Reign is about to explode in price. You could argue that all the Sword and Shield booster boxes are about to explode in price, and Sword and Shield is going for a run right now. But I think Chilling Reign has so much near-term upside potential. I think it's underrated, and I think this is really about to explode. That's my personal opinion. I think Chilling Reign is undervalued right now at $250, but 56% growth in the last 12 months, really solid. Lost Origin here, the last 12 months. We get into triple figures now. Lost Origin booster box up 105%. God damn, that's a big growth. That's a lot of money. 105% in 12 months, $276. These are over 400, getting around 450 Australian dollars down here, down under. $134 a year ago to 276 now. That's insane. I have really rated Lost Origin on plenty of previous videos earlier in the year. I hope you've been paying attention to my videos. I've always said Lost Origin is a top tier set and will always do really well, and was always, well, not always undervalued, but was regularly undervalued. People realise that now. People do love Lost Origin. It is a popular set. The chase cards in it are quite strong. You've got that Giratina, which is absolutely going berserk right now. But 105% for that Lost Origin. If we look at some more sales here, 195, that's obviously maybe had a damaged box or something. 299, 299, 314, 299, 292, 289, 275. So it's really shot up. Like we're getting sales over 300 now. So that's pretty good. And that's the third best performing Sword and Shield booster box for 2024 Lost Origin. I've got a decent collection of Lost Origin. I'm pretty happy about that. The second best performing Sword and Shield booster box of 2024, Evolving Skies. Now again, a lot of YouTubers rushed in, did a video a couple of weeks back, the best performing Pokemon booster boxes of 2024. They put Evolving Skies as number one. And look, no hate to those guys, you know, a week or two difference, this could be the best performer again. It's like, it's so expensive, it's ridiculous. In saying that, okay, I shouldn't say it's expensive. For what you can possibly pull, for the amount of chase cards in this set, it's actually not expensive. On the surface, it looks expensive, but you know, $1,000 almost US dollars for a Pokemon booster box now, up 111% in 2024. $460 a year ago, $973 now. We're going to be at $1,000 in a matter of days for these booster boxes. Let's see if we've got any $1,000 sales here. Here's some more sales. $985, $850, $1,000, $1,000, $1,000, $1,000. Yeah, this thing's a $1,000 booster box, guys. Up 111% in 2024. Still the absolute king of Sword and Shield. I've said it before, I'll say it again, the absolute king. And in my opinion, again, I shouldn't have said it's expensive. It's expensive on the surface, but this box, this Pokemon booster box, in my opinion, it's still undervalued, as I think the Chilling Reign box is undervalued. Evolving Skies, in my personal opinion, I don't want to make too many predictions here because I might look stupid later. In my opinion, in 3-4 years' time, this is a $5,000 booster box. Call me crazy. You know, I think this is better than the Team Up booster box, which is almost $3,000 now. Give Evolving Skies another 3-4 years, I believe it'll be a $5,000 booster box, if not close. So I think at $1,000, it's still undervalued if you can afford it. Many of you can't. Many of you big investors have been doing this for a while, can easily afford that. You flip some product and buy one of these or whatever you want to do, but this will be a $5,000 booster box in 3 or 4 years, in my opinion. Maybe 5 years, but probably more like 4 years. Crazy set, but not the number one performer of 2024. Fusion Strike, gone crazy this week. Absolutely on fire. Look at that graph. It's just shot up. Absolutely shot up. 157% growth. 157% in 2024, making Fusion Strike from the Sword and Shield era the #1 best performing booster box of 2024. A year ago, this would have cost you $142. We're at $366 now. If we open this and look at some more data, we've even got sales as recently as today, over 425 US dollars. That's over 600 Australian dollars, around $650 or so Australian. 157% growth, guys. What do you think? Were you expecting that? I knew Fusion Strike was a top 3 set, top 3 or 4 set, up there with Lost Origin, Chilling Reign, all of those 3 kind of sitting just behind, well, sitting well behind Evolving Skies. But they're the ones that are always in the mix. And I knew Fusion Strike was going to do well, but that is just bananas. Where will it go in 2025? Are we going to see a bit of a correction? I don't think so. I don't think so. Will we see a slight pullback? I don't see any reason why. Sword and Shield is really, like, this is your last hurrah to look for good value with Sword and Shield, guys. Wherever you can get ancillary products that have Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, and even start looking at Chilling Reign and your mid-tier sets like Astral Radiance. Because I think they're all going to do really well. They've done well already. So it's not hard to predict they're going to continue to do well. And I think Sword and Shield is absolutely going to the moon. This Fusion Strike blew me away. So there's all Sword and Shield Pokemon booster boxes, worst performers to best performers in 2024. Thanks for watching the Chase Card, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.